in like at home?
No, at school. I mean, the school initially said, hey, tell us if you want to do in person or all online.
Okay.
And we're like, going in person.
Yeah.
And apparently a whole bunch of people did because subsequently the school said, well, we can't social distance.
Oh, that's what happened to O'Fallon. Was that
said they wanted to go in residence?
That's what happened to O'Fallon. Was that the parents were like, no, let's do it. Like, I want you to go to school. Right. And then they said, no. They were saying, okay, and then, well, because the superintendent came down, and the Pritzker was like, let's have the Pritzker went around telling everybody and getting everybody worked up. And magically, like in Cameron School District, magically they go back the day after the other. I'm like, isn't that funny, huh? And they just know it's going to be okay by then, huh? Not the middle of November, not the first of November, not the end, just right there on that weird, arbitrary,
Just like that.
6th or the 5th or something like that. Like this is an arbitrary date, huh? Not funny. How unusual. You know, like, I wonder what else is going on with that time. How much open can you be about it? All right, now, let's go. All right, now since I got you here, so this is going to be good. I'll get to work with you. You're home. All we're going to do is start off with the basics. So guard up here. All right, now. For you, remember, take your steps, plant, and with that ball of the foot, and then go down. So we're going to step and oizuki, step and punch. 1. There you go. There you go. Start focusing. Sometimes when there's too many people, it's a little harder to, you know, you feel that pressure. 2. Good. And 3. Shoulders down. And then from here. Go. 4. Okay, bend that knee front knee a little bit. There we go. 5. 6. 7. 8. There you go, bend that knee. Now going backwards. It's going to take longer going backwards. You still have to come in, punch as you go in, and then go, and then do your punch after. Okay. Itch. Okay, lean that way forward, check that foot. Knee. Yeah, see, it takes a little longer with going backwards. Side. And it's harder because you want to go straight back. Cheek. I'm going to look forward to getting those white belts and starting doing stuff this way. Go. Getting them nice and pretty. Rope. There you go. Seach. Little, bend that knee. There you go. Height. And there you go, man. Yummy. Chicken. Okay. Now guard up. Now step it. Okay, rise and block. So that's going to be that longer stance. Itch. Okay, and then hips go a little sideways. There we go. Knee. Bring that little sideways. There you go. Side. Good. Cheek. How tall are you? You like
5'10" and a half.
I thought you like 6'4". Go. Everybody's 6'4". Well, you have long legs.
Yeah.
Rope. I'll say Gabby has long legs right now too. So she grew. Her legs are like the size of my body, and her upper torso is like this. So she grew really long legs. Rope.
The rest will catch up.
Oh yeah. Seat. Turn it. There you go. Height. A little longer. See if you can go a little longer. And then there you go. Now going backwards. Itch. If you're a little longer, it helps with that hip sideways. You know what I'm saying? Because then you can't, when it's straight, it's harder. See how that goes? Yeah. So it helps with that hip sideways. Knee. I'm sure Mr. Meyer has been working, I think, Saturdays lately.
Friday, I think this Friday night.
Go. Yeah, like into the morning. Rope. And his wife, his girlfriend works at that Saturdays. Teach. That's why I put that Tuesday, Thursday. Everybody's going to be able to make those days. Height. Good. There you go. Good. Okay. And shake that out a little bit. Now we're going to do Yoko Uke, which is a side lock. I want you to start thinking about, if you're at home, start thinking about when you're doing these, you know? Here, making it big. So going big and round, see? So the hips come in and then out. So it's sort of like try to, you know, when you watch the black belts when they practice, you'll see them doing stuff like that. That's what they're trying to figure out. They're trying to figure out which way is the momentum that I need to go for me to be able to get this nice and fast and move it around. You know what I'm saying? So it's a hard thing to start doing, especially as an adult male, because usually adult males tend to be a little stiffer. But so just try to start thinking about it a little bit. Your wife, Miss Neal, she does pretty good with it, but she's limited because of her shoulders. So if she whips too hard, she's gonna pop a shoulder out.
Yeah.
And that's not good. So that's why I always tell her to take your time with this. She tries, because I see it getting there, and then when she steps every now and then she'll hit it a little too hard, and you feel that way. So you don't have to do so much. That's why I yell about her stances, and I says, now watch your legs. So have good stances. That way when they look at you, you go, oh yeah, you got really good stances. All right, and side lock. Itch. There you go. That's okay. Take your time. Look in the mirror. Make sure it's not above your shoulder, that it's right there. Knee. And now see, now the hips should be back backward. So like I said, so what's going to happen is you come forward and the hips come in and then out. It comes in with my big arm, my arm here, boom. So you really don't even think about this. It's this, the pullback. Is that what you're trying to think of?
Okay.
Son?
That's what I was having trouble with last night.
There you go.
Pullback.
Yeah, so on all the blocks, you don't want to think about so much the block. It's the pullback which gets you. So you want to think about pulling that as fast as you can, because that's going to make that fast. See? You feel it?
Mm-hmm.
You know, so that's what makes it fast. And loosen the shoulders. Go. Roll. It's hard, I know. And then eventually that bigness just turns into here. You know what I'm saying? You're able to contain it. So it gets big at first. It looks really big. You're like, I look stupid. Then eventually that bigness just gets contained. So it's a process. Sit. There you go. On that one you focused on here instead of that one. Height. Pull it back. Just pull it back. All right. Now going backwards. It's harder. Itch. There you go. Check your weight distribution. Remember, in and then out. Knee. There you go. It's hard, right? Sun. Okay. Check your hand and put the piece in here. Cheek. There you go. Go. Roll. There you go. That hand didn't come over that. Probably felt it. Teach. And yeah, I don't know if it helps a little bit. Like I said, it looks better actually, and it's helping a little with the breathing, or you know. So like I said, eventually it goes from here to just here. But there is it. Even when you look at the elite kata players, you watch them. You know, like with the Katas, I always have the push-pull, you know? When you watch it, they're always doing something. It's never just one side, but it's hard to see unless you slow it down. So when I look at when I show the students. Huh?
Can't watch Jack's.
Yeah, and like when you look at like Rico Usame or something like world champions, you go look at it and take the video and you slow it down as slow as you can. And you'll see it. You'll see, like even like on these moves, you'll see, you know, when they go this way, you'll see this. You'll see this hand come out really fast. You know, that's what you'll see. You'll see it come out really fast. At the beginning, you'll see this hand come out really fast. But it's hard to see. Even if it's a little bit, you know, on Batsudai, you'll see it, you'll see them, you know, this goes out and then pulls back. But it's so fast you don't see it. When you do it in slow motion, it looks super sloppy. It looks like, you know, that's what it looks like when you watch slow motion. But when you see it full speed, you don't notice that. So oftentimes the kids and students think that it's just that one hand. Oh, like, yeah, it is not. You gotta use both to really to put it. And that's the part that's really hard. And as Mr. Darcy said, I think he says, it's like when you lift the weights, you can only lift weights on one arm until it gets so big, it will refuse to get bigger if you don't do anything with the other arm.
Right.
Because your body wants parity. So you're not gonna have like a super big bicep arm here and then like a little scrawny arm. Because at some point, it's not gonna get any bigger. It's gonna say, hey, you gotta work the other side so we can come together. And that's what happens with all the moves. And sometimes it's lost when you're first learning. You know, because we're happy you're going in a general direction. We're like, yay, finish the general direction. And then it's really easy to get used to that standard as you go on. So that's why, like I said, that's why he does a lot more of the beginners sometimes, and I do a lot more of the advancements just because I'm a little bit nitpicky like that. And when I go with the beginners, I'm harder on them because I'm trying not to make sure my standard goes too low. Because yeah, when you start teaching them the beginners, man, oh man, your standard goes down because you're just happy to move in the general direction.
Yeah, kind of forced to.
You know, but then you got to remember, and it's kind of people refereeing. When you're refereeing blue belts, purple belts, even brown belts, you're going to give a point or whatever, you know. But then when you go to the black belts, it's hard, especially for the brown belt to the black belt, because now you got to be more discerning. So what was a point for a brown belt, the last division, you're looking at the black belt, and that's not a good point. So they got to come back there and tell you sometimes, the head people, the big cheeses, come back there and say, hey, you got to look at this point like a black belt. You know, that wasn't a point where you've been sitting there all day with little kids or brown belts or whatever, and you're like, oh, that was a good point, but not for the black belt. And it's hard to bring that level in your eyes back up. And then you have others that see it all the time like that. And then they never, so then they see, oh, it's never a good point, this is a black belt point. And then when they go referee, you know, orange belts or green belts, they're doing the same damn thing. Like, well, no, man, they're not going to green belt. You got to give them the point. You know, but so it's a hard thing for a lot of people with that adjustments. All right, so from here, I do want to work a little bit. I just wanted to sort of get your mind used a little bit of that. I want to work a little bit on cast steps with you before we move on. All right, so come my tag. All right, and we're gonna take these slow. So cast stances and itch.
Yes.
Yeah. There we go. You can do the neck. I'm sorry, neck. Sorry. There we go. And look at. Can you see yourself in the mirror, or is the camera in the way? There we go. And making sure the tip of your fingertips do not go above your shoulder. Making sure your hip is 45 and not straight. Okay. And knee. Almost. Stay down. Don't come up. Stay down. Side. There it is. There it was. Cheek. Stay down. Don't forget to shoot that up. Making sure as well, when you're going, you got to shoot this up to the elbow as you're going. And then as I'm moving, if you look, real quick, I'm going to get in a minute here. If you look, my hips are going to be straight as I'm moving. Then, as I push out, this hand pulls back, and my hips go back with it. Boom, here. So I'm at plant and open, shoot as I'm going. My hips are straight, get down, and then boom, pull it back here. That's the slow mechanics of it. So try to remember that. Put it back, go to that elbow. Itch. There you go. Stay down. Don't come up. Knee. Oh, there you go. Sun. Yeah, that's it. Just like the other one, just like with the blocks. Try to pull this hand back with that hip, because that's what you're doing. Ready? Itch. Now stop. There you go, right here. Now, hips are square. Now, from here, pull it back here. Go. Yeah, this is a little better. It's hard, but that's a little better. Sun. Stay down. And yummy. Give it a little break. Come back. Yeah. So part of your thing, you come up, and that's what we do with this. So stay down, and now you're staying down. So now as we're staying down, now it's got to come here. Here. Without this. And that's a hard thing to do. That's what the black belts tend to have. They have looser hips. Hips aren't designed like that. When you're not used to it, maybe your hip 45 is only here. me, it's here, you know, because I'm used to it. Hips, my balls to my legs, understand Mackenzie, I have a hard time with high kicks now because you can't rotate. I think my hips spread out and it just changed my dynamic. So everybody's got their something. And so for initially when you want to start, it's hard because you don't want to pull all the way back, but you want to go back as fast as you can, as much as you can. As the time goes on, it goes back a little further. All right, one more time. So, can I take? Like in Katas, shoot the uke and you wash it out. Itch. Okay, now get down, bring that back. Yeah, it's okay. Knee. Look in the mirror, look straight ahead, stay down, don't come up. Look straight ahead. Sun. Almost, so turning your knee and then turn, there you go. Now plant it open, and then step, and then boom. There we go. Plant it open, step, boom. Good. Plant it open, step, go. Now shoot it all the way up as you're moving. Plant it open, and there we go. Stay down. Turn that foot in a little bit. Ah, there it is a little bit. It's just a little off. Plant it open, step, shoot it up, boom. Don't sink down as you do it. Try to stay safe. And it helps when you look at yourself because sometimes that's when you see it. Knee. There you go. Sun. Chi. Okay. This back foot, just on this leg, turn it in this way. That leg, just on that one, goes, every time you pull, goes like that. Just on that one. It doesn't do it on the other one. Sun. And see, can you arch your foot, the front foot a little bit? There we go. And yame. So it's looking better. I want you to make sure you sort of arch that big foot, push with the big toe down and arch that big foot. It looks a lot better, honestly. So like look in the mirror, get your stance. Now just do a regular stance the way you've been doing it. Just do your regular stance. Get your stance. Get cat stance. And look in the mirror. Now don't arch the foot, just do like this. Now, arch the foot. For some reason it looks better, right? Yeah. And you didn't do nothing but arch the foot. And that's like it's a little trick. On my toes. And it's a little trick. And then when you push down that big toe as well, that will keep your knee from doing this. Okay. So some people's little toes don't even touch the ground. And yeah, great. All right, get some water, come back, and then let's cut it. We got Heian going on today, right?
Yes.
We're gonna warm up.
Any water, so
oh, did you want some water? Yes, okay. Okay, we're gonna start with Junino Kata, and then we're gonna move all the way up to Heian going on. Because to get out of black, brown, blue belt, you gotta go all through those, which I think you know. I do. We've been doing a really good job, Mr. Dark has, in the classes, making sure that the blue belts, that everybody's doing all the hand classes all the way through. For a time, it was hard because the blue belts we forget, and they wouldn't be doing all this doing the blue content. So now we've gotten used to it. So by the time they get out of the blue, they have to do it. So
yeah, I'm in practice.
It's been like a massive
I do forget. So.
Yeah, I know everybody does. I'm saying, but for a time, what was happening was we were forgetting to go over it all. So we got everybody in class, right? Yeah, white belts you get it. And yeah, moving on. Then we had blue belts come up to your blue belt content instead of staying there the whole time and doing everything. And then when they got ready to test, they're like, oh shoot, I gotta remember all these. So the kids now have been really good about remembering everything. They forget something. And then you'll forget in brown belt a little bit. Unless you compete, and then you gotta go back and remember. Even now the black belts. I have friends go to Chicago with a black belt that doesn't forget the hand somewhere. Like parts of it. Yeah.
Wow, I'm in Chicago tournament.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, which I like it because they're able to actually do their hands. I have, but like I said, all the years I have yet to see a meet when we go to where the black belts have forgotten some part of the hand. Because they got to remember, which is hard. So it's actually helpful. Go to them. All right, so from here, let's start from Junino Kata. And let me see you on your own speed. Okay, so Hajime, go. Okay, try again. I know, it's okay. It's okay. And Hajime. Chin up, look up. There you go. Your timing is looking pretty good on that. It's a little rushed, but it's the first time. That's what, that's our fault, well, my fault, that, Mr. Gard does it better when he lets it go more on their own. We need to let the people go more on their own, you know, because I count too much sometimes. So that looks good. So what, in the next one, we're not gonna go over that again, but in the next one, try to take the bigger breaks between the bow cuts. So we're coming in one, and then stop. Take a break. In your mind, it's gonna seem like 10,000 years.
Okay.
And then two, and then take a break. You know, take, in your mind, start trying to do that. All right, so from here, yours, and check your feet, make sure the edge goes high. That way, it's not such a big pivot. Make the pivot its own move.
Okay.
So in your mind. So, so when I say how do I go, you know, go one, and then, oh, this is two. So make it its own move, and then eventually it's all going to become a part of it, and it'll be just natural. Ready? And how's it go? There we go. Excellent. There you go. There you go. That's it. Pass your hands. Good, good. That's not bad. Yeah, those ones, that looks really good. That's better than most of the kids when they do that. That was much better on that. The timing was slowed it down a little bit. On this one here, it's try to go here. One, right at, and then right after two. And then go. So it's boom, boom, boom. And that's a small, minute little thing. These are like little minute little things. And it looks really good. I'm nitpicking.
Okay.
So, and then going down the middle, take your time a little bit on those. So I've given the time, the speed is an illusion. So to make those last two look if they're going fast and together, you gotta take your time on the break on the one before that.
Okay.
So that you can have your good stance. So what's happening, which everybody does, I'm gonna fix this one here. This one.
Okay.
What's happening is this, is that you're going, and up the middle too, is you're going one and then trying to get to the next one, boom, boom, and the stance is getting skinnier and skinnier. So for that to stop, you gotta go, so you have and it's the punch, so then you wait, so boom, and that's the wait, then one, then you wait a little longer, and then from here, boom, boom. Does that make sense?
It does.
So then you complete the stance correctly and the move correctly, and it looks like it's 1, 2, when all you do is extending the time waiting for the one before. That makes sense? Like I said, it's that speed is an illusion thing, and, you know, and that's how you make, and the kids, everybody has issues with that. When they try to get to the next move quickly, and they forget. It's like, no, do the full move, just take longer before you get to it, so that then it looks like it's faster. Okay, so next will be Heian Showdown. So you're here, check the feet again, check the feet straight, there we go, and Hajime, go. That's okay, it's okay. We'll move on that for a minute. There we go, come up and down, see that? There you go, nice. Push pull, get your stance, then push pull. Go. Stay down, don't come up. Push pull. Down block. That's not bad. Now what's happening is you're getting back into the cast axis, so now you're at the pressure in the cut. and we're forgetting some of the basics of the past tenses. So let's review that just briefly real quick. So come on, right over here. So the first move, you look really good. You got a good pivot, boom. Oh wait, sorry, it's shut up. So the next move, okay, so and then you got this looks good too. 1, 2. So now make sure you pivot hard on this one as well, because you're not. So pivot hard and then boom. A little bit more harder. Look at the okay. So you're here, pivot hard, boom. All right, now look at the leg. Can you feel it? Can you feel it? You're in it. Okay, 1, 2, go. 1, 2. There you go. Now from here, remember, close to your body, both hands, with the right hand on the body. You're gonna turn, get that stance first, boom, then pop. No, go back. Get that stance first, and then pop it out. So as you're moving, the hand's close to your body. Okay, get the stance, boom, then pop it out. Now, kick, 1, boom, and then look, place it right where it was at. So don't step back, just place it right where it was at. Then turn, again, get the stance, and then push over, boom. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? Now, to you, it's going to feel very slow. But it's not. What it's forcing you to do, it's forcing your hips in line. So don't push out this way, push across a little bit. So 1, 2. And then it makes it look cleaner. And then, like I said, it forces your body to go where it needs to go. Does that make sense? Okay. So we're here. So let's try that one again. So we're going in to the next one is the side block. The Katas 7. Get the stance first. Come 1, boom. There you go. Now kick. Now place it down. Now turn. And then push over. Boom. There you go. You see what I'm saying? And it's okay if it's a little slower because the speed will come later. Okay, now say now. Now we go. Same thing. Now 1. No, don't come up. Use the mirror. Now bring it back. Bring it back. Turn your foot a little bit more. There you go. 2. It's just like 1 foot. Like I do the same thing and then kia. Close. Now close. Kia! And it's the same concept with this one. You go 1 and then stop. And then it's going to be 2, 3. There you go. So skip the sit. Don't come up. Go straight down. And then go. That's it. Now get the turn. Get the stance first. And then push over. No, push it hard over. Hard over here. So push over. Boom. Yeah. You see it? Yeah, it's over. So it's, yeah, and that's exactly what it's doing. So as I'm here, I'm turning, boom, and look, because I'm pushing over hard, look at my hips are sort of in line. My hips are in line. I'm ready. Boom, now I can go. Does that make sense? It slows it down and it forces it. Push hard. It forces the turn and forces your body into where it needs to be. And then knee. There we go. Okay, now from here, over. Both hands for that side block. 1. Good. Now bring this down. There we go. Now when you kick like you're throw the hips like you're flinging mud off your shoe. Throw the hips in. Boom. Like mud off your shoe. 1. There you go. All right. Now watch. Now plant it. Bring it back. Hip is back. Boom. And shoot out. Yeah. You feel it? Now both hands again. And then this time, but watch. Yeah. Pull that hip all the way that way. So you're here, and then boom, it goes all the way that way. No, this way. I'm mirroring you. So I'm mirroring you. So I'm doing opposite of you. Same thing. Throw the hips in, flick mud off your shoe, plant it, but don't kick it. Nope, come back. That wasn't it. So go straight in. Boom, flicking mud off your shoe. There you go. Now plant it. Now look. Now hip back here. Now throw that punch straight in that hip. Go. Yeah, you see it? And then the next one's a kia. Kia! There you go. And then the rest was fun. Was down block, rising block. The biggest ones for you for this is going to be the cat stance, which is everybody. Yeah, it takes time. Because yellow belt, you work on a shikadachi. Orange belt is when you start working on these cat stances, which is what that is. And then you're on top of that learning other stuff. So everybody's has an issue with that. By the time they get the brown belt, they're coming out of it a little bit and it's in there. So it's one of those where everybody has this issue. Except for Mr. Meyer, who I got to ugly his up a little bit. His is too pretty. I got to ugly his up a little bit. He has good ones, but I Shodan, Sana. All right, same thing, make pivots, its own move. Okay, ready? Go. Good. That's okay. You're off balance, so give me both hands. Go, go. No, no, same thing. So watch, come back here. So we're here. Turn, use both hands, get the stance, boom, then pop it out, just like you would at the end. Yeah, stay with it. Get the stance and pop it out like you would at that hand show. Go. Now second pull. Do that, do that. There you go. Flip, pull. So it's okay, so here, flip, pull. Turns over, one. And then here. Yeah! Now the angry parent, one. Remember, don't do this, just step in, over, pull. Put your shoe out. Good. Excellent. Pull that one out. That's okay. Lean back. Get shoe out. There you go. And go. That's it. There you go. Next move up. So keep that out. Get out. Yeah, so stay down. One. And then go. There we go. Good. That's not bad. Let's review that one again. Sometimes sort of gets lost a little bit. Because,
Yeah, for some reason, I
because it's a second
that was
kata.
when you come out the second one.
For you, even more so than the young people, because it's a second kata, where you spend the bulk of your time in Orangeville on Shodan because it's hard. So then we do not Sandan as like the afternoon. You know what I'm saying? Because it's easier, so people pick up on it, but then it's harder to remember later. So let's try this. So it's really good. Your stances and everything. You look really, really good. All right. And go. Ah, excellent. Get that stance first. That was very good. Pull that hand back. Pull that hand back. Ah, there you go. Nice. Pull it up. Very good. That looks really good. Get back, get back, get back. There it is. Get back. Take a big step this way. Good. Turn your feet straight. So straight. And time. That was good. Yeah, just take that bigger step that way. And try to keep those feet straight. Okay, that was really, really good. All right. Next one was Yanda. Okay, let's see how that one goes. And that one, the key factor on that one are these. You know, so just remember, turn, kick, face it short, and turn the foot. So okay, it feels like it takes a little longer. All right, ready? And go. Try the first part again. You did a good pivot on the first one, but you didn't do a good pivot on the second. Now stop. Don't move. Don't move. Now look in the mirror at your foot. Just go back. You see it again? So you gotta make it. You gotta make it in your mind, or you do it by itself, and then go. So try to get something. And that's not your area. And now pivot hard on that one all the way in mind. Boom. To feel the difference. And you just gotta start making it mental note. And go. There you go. Katas.
Is it Katas?
Yes, sir. Godon is not. Godon's not long sticks.
And it's support block, right?
Support on, and then come up. Now you get there all those months. Oh, that's not bad. That's pretty good. Okay. Yeah, I'm not almost supposed to. This way. Helps. Now, if you mess up on the test and you do that, go with it. It's okay. That was a little bit rough. Just real quick. That was a little bit rough. 1, Kick that. Yeah, there it is. Now let's hold it for a second for me. Hold it. And then place it. Now turn. Boom. You see it? And then down block. Close it up. Close it up. Down block as the knee hits up. No, other leg. You got it right. So it was kick. Open that up. Open it up. And then 1, 2. Okay. Yeah.
I'm trying to remember.
Side block to the 45 and guess. There you go. Now, flick the mud off your shoe. There you go. Exit with a hand. There you go. Flick the mud off the back shoe. You got to grip it on the other one. This one. Over here. Flick the mud. Pull it all the way back. There you go. Cast sets. There you go. And we'll go over this again. This is one move for keep going. And these are fast. So here, and then bam! And then open. No, open, cross. Comes over. Wait, lift, and then boom! Yeah, go back. Go all the way down. Good, good. Turn it back to and let's try that one again. Take a minute though. If that, I know you probably, I don't know what grab wants to do. What are you doing, Annabelle? That was the weaker one, but that's
This stamp cut on first.
it's a hard one to remember
I just did it. I don't know why.
because you got like 15, you got like 5 others that you'll remember, honestly. So there's always bound to be 1, 1.5 katas that you're like, oh, I'm not sure. And generally speaking, it's usually it's like sandan or shodan. And usually it might be yandan or something, one of those two. It's usually the orange belt one. I don't know why. Well, I think it's the next
The other
one.
day for Showdown, I couldn't remember what this first move was.
You're not the only one. You're not the only one. I do some katas like I do them forever, and I'm teaching them and everything, and then I get, and then when I have to slow it down and show somebody something, I'm like, and I can't do it. I'm like, let me go look at the video, because I mean you're not the only one. As time goes on, and you'll have like 30 katas in your head. You know, it's very difficult. Yeah. Jeff says that. Mrs. Bernard says that if he didn't know how many katas were in Shikaru, he'd don't go to. It's very much like Shikaru to have a big house.
Yeah.
Whereas we have like 65. It's like, if I don't know, man, I don't go to it. All right, let's try it again. And on your own. There you go. Yes. And then go. And then turn that foot. There you go. Down. Bring that foot back a little bit. Open them first, cross them, bring them out, lift, and then when you do it, make sure your arms are fully extended. Go pointing down. Go. There you go. Go pointing down. And then go. Turn and push forward. So on that one, yeah, push forward. Good. Bring back a little bit. There we go. And not bad. So yeah, on this one, boom. Come over, do the same thing, get your stance. Push it hard so your stance is right, and then pull back, and then look better. And then finish together. Open palm up, push it across your body, so not just a little bit here, it's got to push so it turns your whole body down. And that's not bad. These ones are, we'll work a little bit more throughout the side. The difference? It's better too. Yes, when you push it hard, it's a hard thing to remember. These, we're going to work more on beyond that, I think. That makes us the one we need to work on the most right now. Because like these, we need to make these go fast. So here, here. Boom. Try to get these a little bit faster. And then just some of the various turns. So we'll, everything else is really good. So it's actually, and I know what's going on with that. So let's try to go on. I'm not going to do that. Ready? And Hajime. Boom, boom, one. So try, start over again. Start over again. It's okay. So lots of movements. Okay, go. Yes, yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Spin, shake it up. No. Start to shake it up.
But what's that?
Yes. There you go. I'll go back this. Close it up. There you go. Just spin. That is much better. Close it up. There you go. Long. Boom, bring it down, bring it on, and then right after. So watch, come back to it. Long here, straight, on the ground a little bit. And then look at cross some with the right hand on bottom. Boom. Ah, much better. And then comes up, one. And then spin, and look, cross that left hand on the bottoms. Boom. Look at here. Now shigurashi. It's not shigurashi. Yeah, more 45. You have the right angle. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, and big thing is that one, crossing these. One, and then look with the hips. Later is the hips, and let's see if it's boom. And then it comes up, turn, and look. Put that left hand on the bottom. Boom. See? Here. But
Yes.
yeah. Yes. Yes, that's exactly what it is. That's not bad. That's not looking too bad either. And we have testing one far from now. Yeah, actually, those aren't looking too bad. Let's review. Go down again, and then we're going to go back and forth because we're looking at it. Really, what I'd like you to do is in your off time right now, but in your off time, still work on these ones. Here. Put it down, and then here. Everybody gets under the pressure of the kata. They forget. And they're like, oh. Slowing the mind down. It's really hard. I get nervous to do it. It's very hard.
Okay. All
right. So let's start with one over again. On my count. So when I count it, I want to do 1, 2, right after on one count. Itch. There it is. Knee. Come on. There you go. Itch. Knee. Itch. Knee. Side. Yeah.
Is it here or?
Step push. Yeah. And itch. There you go. Knee. Side. So let's go back here. Remember, step over 1 to get that stance. Come back in. So don't come up. Just step over and then turn 1. It might come back a teeny bit, but not what you're thinking. And then cross that over. So come back in. So when you're here, I'm here, right? So watch, I step over, and look at, I cross that over, boom. See the difference? So it makes it look like it's a complete technique. Step over. Yeah, it's down. Step over. Better. There you go. It also helps again propels the body to where we see. So cross that over big to make that good. Later, it's because you want to step over. Later is because you're going to do it with hips. Boom. And the hips automatically do it. Right now, I remember I showed you the cheat of just stepping over. Yeah, you feel the difference? Mm-hmm. All right, and then go here. Okay, come back real quick. Where's the other one? I was thinking. These are good. Oh, here. So you're here right before the Shikadachi. So it's a good pivot, but don't stop on the pivot. It's not a period, it's a comma. Pivot and then step to make sure your foot touches the other foot. So pivot, yeah, no, pivot and step through. Yeah. But making sure, which what you didn't do, you were pivoting and waiting, and that was good. And then you were making sure you were touching the foot as you go. And then when you stopped waiting, you didn't do it. So from here, it's gonna pivot, step through, touch that foot as you go. Get out. That way you're in line. See what I'm saying? When you just spin around, you're a little off. It's not as off as it is really. When you spin around, that's when you get off. So it's good that you're doing the pivot because that's what it is. But just don't stop there. Just don't stop. Just yeah. See what I'm saying? So it's a comma as opposed to a period. And then step over and make that big. There you go. And that was it. Good. Turn. There you go. This way. You're thinking about the next move. Yes. Now wait, that's where it ends. Throw it out a little further out. There you go. Now, then go 1, and then 2, 2. There you go. So look, come back. So come back here. Go 1 here, just go here. And then 2. Remember, there's no limits. So you're just going here and then just turn it. Yeah. See what I'm saying? So you're not even moving because you're in a long step. So my hips are here and then it's here. That's it. So it's 1 here and then 2 here. So you're not moving any other part of your body except for that hips and then coming up. So you're here 1. No, not even then. Not even then. All it's doing is your weight distribution. Here, the weight going this way. Okay? And now our weight is going this way. That's it. Our weight's in the center. That's it. That's it right there. You see the difference? You're not doing anything really. You're just going from the weight this way to the weight this way. That's it. That's all you're doing. And then it comes up. Yeah, you're here. Yeah, there you go. No, lean, leg straighten out. I got here. That's it. So that's all that's happening because you have a long stance here, 1. Right here, 2. I didn't do it. I just went from here to here. Yep. One's the forward, the other one's the back stance.
Right.
Which is the equivalent.
Moves from the waist now. So
Which is equivalent to the shoulder con back stance. So that's our back stance is this. Shoulder con is this. That's it. That's our equivalent of the back stance.
Wow.
Well, let's show you. So you see it. You see it. So that's our equivalent. Yeah, never mind. I'm not just like that because sometimes like I saw mine was with that. It comes back at 3 times. I'll be doing something different. Even just recently I was telling you to study something. Like, no, it's not that. I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot. I move on. I'm sorry, I didn't realize. All right, and that's time to hold that time. And hold on, let me get this into your home. Hope you had a good time practicing our Heians. We'll see you later.